Welcome back, everyone, to Frosty Faustings 13 Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. We have cut it down to top 8. My name is Proxy G. On my left, Mr. Osfeld, Southpaw Flash. On my right, Mr. Tong Lee himself.
Back again.
Time to get back into it. The top 8 begins.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Let's take a look at the top 8 bracket we've accumulated so far. So obviously you can see here, we've got Escalante versus Mundank coming up first. Afterwards, it's going to be Romora and Joker. Joker was able to beat Flocker in winners to make it to winners top 8. So shout outs to him. On the loser side, though, you just saw Ram Bam clutch it out, able to take it, and now makes it to loser side top 8 against Coach Steve. And then, of course, maybe the most exciting match of all, top 8 loser side, RayRay versus Flocker. I'm kind of excited to see that one the most, but maybe that's just me. I know you guys have your favorites. But I think we're getting ready to start the first match here. So this is going to be, like we said, it's going to be Escalante versus Mundank. Both of these players here have been exciting so far to watch. And obviously regulars of Parsec tournaments, so no surprises.
Yeah, very much so. Escalante, a standout performer, has been very close but not quite there on the victories, but has been top 3, top 4 at all points in time. The picture perfect of consistency. And then Mundank, same thing. Been since day one of being in the Parsec scene, has just been doing an incredible job keeping it consistent, playing that high mobility, high flying style that he likes to work down. It's working out super well for both of them. We'll have to see, though. It's going to be really the deciding factor is going to come down to what does Escalante start. Escalante is very comfortable, as we've seen, starting either one of his point characters in Magneto or Morrigan. It's more what is he going to opt into that you think will do better against specifically Mundank style. Yeah,
I mean, we've definitely seen him go Morrigan against Nova quite often, so that's a pretty regular thing for him at this point. Even though I would maybe suggest Magneto just to be able to get away, but you know, like I said, you can't fault him if it's not working. I mean, if it's working, so we're gonna get right into it. And like you said, Escalante has been super consistent so far, but he's just been inches away from victory in tournaments, and Frosty Faustings 13 could be his first one. What a time to come out on it, right?
I was going to say, coming out into the winner's side for top 8 is definitely an amazing start. So we'll see if he can carry on that momentum. Mundank, the one trying to play spoiler, though. We'll have to see how it turns out. 99 seconds. This is going to be a tough one. What's he going to start?
I think it's going to be Morgan.
I think it's going to be Morgan. I agree. And it is going to be the Morgan. Here we go, opting out. Fireball set up early. Mundank's going to go for the shield. Escalante's actually going to hold on Astral Vision. I think that's a great play. He waits a little bit longer, make sure he's fully established on fireballs. But Mundank has the answer so quick with the rocket punch and immediately answers it.
Yeah, he definitely shouldn't have thrown that fireball right after Astral there. Should have given it a second just to check his opponent out, make sure he was able to do so safely. But it's all right. He came out of it pretty unscathed, you know. I think he's still got the, you know, he's still in a winning position here against Nova, so.
Absolutely. Nova landing a jab and being able to transition to some form of offense. If your character survives, that's a great. Gets him again. He's not able to finish, though.
And that was kind of exciting that he was actually able to go behind the shell kick, but he still loses Nova for it.
Right. Oh, he's going to convert off the jumping heavies. We're going to see level 3. I think he thought he was going to get level 3, but the missiles extension still works out.
Dropped. Oh no.
Oh yeah, very tough situation.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird conversion there for the level 3 super.
All right, missiles get blocked. Able to grab himself out of trouble. Here comes a punch.
Party time.
Perfect timing.
And even after the missiles, he was still able to get the bionic arm out to finish Magneto.
Tries to get there. Okay, just a couple grapples, just to keep himself safe. The X Factor's running out, but I don't think he has too much pressure on him really to get much done. As long as Astral Vision isn't activated, we're still good. Here comes Disruptor to interrupt.
What a block by Escalante right there.
Yeah, Escalante keeping himself safe in that situation. That was really the most crucial block. He tries to zip in. Here's the throw. No missiles to convert, though, so he's just going to be able to set up.
And this is where Escalante has to be careful here. This is where Mundank is dangerous. He's got that meter on deck. He's got bionic arm.
Almost able to convert that. The missile's the savior again, and Spencer is finally going to go down. Astral Vision Magneto, full health though, has one shockwave to clear the screen if he wants. But the standing low is just going to open him up.
Ooh, gets crossed up by the Astro Vision, but recovers, but looking like Mundank's going to clear the screen right here. What a punish.
Yeah, and just not at the right spacing to be able to have the shockwave be safe. Uses it to great effect to clear Doom out, get the missiles out of the way, but Morrigan just spaces herself just correctly to be able to get down there. That's going to be 1-0 in favor of Escalante. Mundank so far in this one, looking pretty good at the 99 seconds. He's been able to establish himself fairly well, but Escalante almost finishes the confirm. And that's what you need, the commitment. He sees no missiles, he sees no fireballs. The dolphin kick is inevitable. What a great time to shoot your shot if you're Mundank.
Absolutely. Escalante was playing a little bit more aggressive as Morrigan, not setting up fireballs, and as soon as he transitioned to start trying to throw, he got punished for it.
There we go, yeah, it's all about the change of pace. Changing of pace is a really important thing as a top player, but it's more about being unpredictable about your changes of pace. Good block there, the disruptor interrupts. Late crouch medium to try and bait a push block. Well, Mundank's already starting to think ahead on offense. Definitely a good sign. Okay, hits him. X Factor? No, he's not unable, but the jab. All right, still working out.
Wow, what a cross-up right there by Mundank.
All
Should
right.
be enough.
Yeah, the power of the Nova Force decides it, so that's going to be 1-1 this time. Mundank back in it. Round starts super jump from Escalante again, but this time Mundank has the answer dialed up. Waits for him to come down. EM Disruptor perfectly countercalls the shell kick. Not much more he can ask for there as Mundank.
He's going to lose more, or Escalante's going to lose Morrigan here. That's huge. That's the glue of his team. Mundank in good position.
Go for a zip, try and finish it off. He has one more extension, chooses to X Factor to make sure, and he has time to tag as well. Oh, so he goes for the crouching light. It actually whiffs, and then he's able to low profile the next normal. So tough there, but Escalante able to open it back up. An anti-air crouching light. Escalante has all the answers, even if they're unconventional ones.
Right. That was beautiful button placement by Escalante. He knew.
All right, here we go. One more mix-up here for this game. Escalante just put some jabs on him. The push block timing from... Ooh, the push block timing from Mundank saves him a lot of damage. So still doable. One touch on Magneto, and then he's got a favorable matchup here. He knows the ground movement will get him out of the way of the missiles. Builds up as much meter as he can before the combo starts, and now we have the gravity squeeze. Almost catches him there. Escalante, 3 meters though. Hold it down if he needs to. He's gonna spend some meter just to kind of control neutral and control the screen. Tries to extend his health lead a little bit. Time not quite a factor, but Chip can start to become one quick.
Yeah, I think you got to hold on to that just a little bit, or I think he felt like he got into an uncomfortable position and opted for the meters.
Almost an incredible confirm from Mundank. He was definitely looking for it. As long as Escalante leaves himself in a position where he can get 3 meters off of any touch, he's definitely still in there. He goes for the beam.
You want to keep this at a one-touch game right there for Escalante.
Absolutely. Even here, I think he's still fine. He can still absolutely build the meter on one touch. Doing well with his meter usage. Another nice block from Mundank, keeping it safe and solid and winning the war of attrition slowly but surely. And with time starting to creep down, it might become a factor soon.
And then this is where that meter hold for Escalante will be huge if it comes down to time.
All right, Shockwave again to clear the screen. Now no more meters, 16 seconds left. Escalante is going to have to make something happen. The movement from Mundank making it too hard to land that chip. There's some damage, almost evens it up.
Oh, what a conversion off of that butter gun there, and he's going to be able to kill off the super. No, the trade, but he's still able to convert after the super.
Escalante with some of the nuttiest things in a row, back to back to back, non-stop.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he was going to go down there in that game, but oh my goodness, 2 good butter guns in a row, and he was able to save it.
All right, so what looked like a Mundank win has turned into 2-1 Escalante, trying to punch his ticket into winners finals now. And with that meter vamped out, Escalante can pop the Astral Vision with very little fear, and now this is a tough situation. Already half-life gone.
Oh, got away with the raw tag. Lancer hits, no arm.
X. No, he's going to hold it. Okay, I respect that.
He doesn't have enough.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to be able to convert it there because he already used his wall bounce with the armor pierce, so that's why he's playing. All right, another nice block there. Killed most of the Astral Vision time, so now it's down to about as fair and neutral as you're going to get against the missiles here. It's not if, it's when. He's got to take a shot at some point.
Yeah, the only issue right now with Escalante is Doom is bleeding really bad, so he has to be careful. One arm will end Doom.
Yeah, Morgan's still great without missiles, but it's just not quite the same when you're lacking like a jam session of Vajra, something of that nature. Another really nice block there. Mundank perfectly okay to play this slow and steady, and it's just working out perfectly for him.
That's a smart move by Escalante right there. You need the health. This is going to be a DP. No, doesn't do it, or didn't have the meter.
Yeah, the resource management there on the X Factor was good for saving the life, but unfortunately Mundank is unrelenting on the offense now. Got ice skates on? Bomb Wonderland?
Bro, it feels like it. The way Mundank movement is.
Oh, and what a good contest with crouch medium, and he fishes for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Magneto is gone. 2-2, the 5th game in our first set.
Bro, what kind of bait he got on that arm?
I don't know, dude, but it worked out perfectly. Oh, and Escalante's going to take a second.
That was like some Animal Crossing fishing right there.
It really was. Oh, man. And I actually don't think, I think the X Factor to keep his life totals reasonable was okay. It's just hindsight 2020 when he gets hit right afterwards, right?
Yeah, I mean, the decision making is right.
Oh, okay, Mundank starting off early. As soon as he's able to apply any pressure, the jabs come. Gets his crumple. We're going to get a tag. No, we're going to get a TAC. Let's get boring, he says.
Oh, he dropped it.
Things are still going to be okay. He's going to use Shockwave into the punch. Now, smart of him to know the super jump was coming. He likes to go for X Factor cancel into party time, but Escalante had the defense on lock.
That worked out very well for Escalante. And right now, too, and gets a hit off the shell kick.
Crazy delay on the shell kick coming down. Gets his DP, gets his knockdown. What are you going to finish with, though?
He baited arm. He wanted arm. That's why there was no missile call.
That's smart for sure. This time, Doom's going to take the brunt of it, but he gets nothing else off of it. If Escalante can weather the storm, this might just be his way to take this set. Yeah, the X Factor is gone now. Spencer, Pixel, gotta watch for a raw tag. Yeah.
Yeah, Magneto and Spencer are not doing well right now, so if he can take care of this Nova, this could be really huge for Escalante.
Yeah, I like the S attempt. Oh, when he dashed up, I was like, there's no way he converts that. That's
I was getting hyped.
sick.
Good X Factor. He was about to get hit by that.
Yeah, had to save himself from the dolphin kick. He's going to do a lot of damage to missiles again, but still not quite enough to finish. Enough to threaten, though. Crosses him up, hits Morgan, but not much consequential damage other than that.
This is what you call a slobber knocker right now. They are hitting.
Still applying as much as he can there. Gonna go for the throw. All
That
right.
throw is huge there. That's going to be able to kill Morrigan. That could be the difference maker in this set.
Yeah, gets his crumple. The power of the Nova Force does not kill Morgan. And he's gonna get the DHC out.
Oh, the DAC is too slow for Tempest there. He's going to get punished. And this is going to end up being a worse situation than if he had left Morgan in.
All right, spends his meter here. He's going to sacrifice his red life for the damage to make 1000% sure he's going to secure the kill, and he does. Magneto's he's gonna leave him in with that amount of red health as well. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think that opting for the hard tag might have been a better choice there with the time running out. Got both of them.
Okay. Magneto manages to get away, but Nova dying is a big deal. Chucking some mag blast, just trying to stay safe, not take as much chip as he can. He has to hard tag, and he's not even going to be able to. Escalante is about to build his second meter. Oh no, 5 seconds left. I don't even think he has time.
This mix-up is everything right here.
And with the push block, he manages to get away. Foot dive, Escalante with the foot dive, punches his ticket. And that's going to be 3-2 and a nail biter. Wow, what a set for the first one to go. And Escalante is going to be the first player to move into winners finals.
Yeah, that was a pretty exciting match right there. It really doesn't get any more back and forth than that, honestly. Like that last game right there, you really thought Escalante was going to take it in the beginning. Mundank was mounting a comeback, and then Escalante is down, and then he has to come back. It's crazy. It's pandemonium.
Okay. Vocab word.
All right. But that's going to put Escalante into winners finals. All right, Mundank's still in his bracket, though, in loser's side. But up next, we're going to have the other side of winners, Romora versus Joker. So this is going to be pretty exciting. Romora able to quietly make his way in the top 8 like he does on the winner side today.
I was going to say, Romora certainly another player who is the picture perfect of dictionary definition of consistency. Always keeping it lowest placings like 13th, capping out at like 3rd, 2nd sometimes.
Very consistent. You know, like you said, we like consistency. You know, I know we got the Romora fan club in the chat. Shout outs to Allison G.
I was gonna say, that's what we love to see. I'll say, and then on the other side, Joker, another player who has just been, I would say Joker's run a little less quiet than Romora's. Joker has been taking names, running his way through, playing exceptionally well, and same thing as we said before, he's transitioned. I'd say this tournament is like the exclamation mark of the period on the end of the era of the Iron Man. He has been rocking 0 all night tonight, playing consistent. The transition is complete. He's looking phenomenal.
Yeah, we could be seeing Joker's first tournament win here with Frosty Faustings 13. Let's go.
All right, Mag Blast early. Goes for that normal gambit he does with the DP assist.
Yeah, but Joker already starting off at a net loss here. Loses that meter right away because of Buster.
DP does hit, but he's unable to convert. I think he was already in the air. Romora goes for the meaty standing at H.
Zero's taking a lot of damage by Romora.
Yeah, and that was a really good set of plinks to get out of that situation. So using that movement. All right, Shockwave. Not going to get anything there. Okay. Well, Sogenmu active now. Joker, weather the storm. He's able to get out of there. And he gets drones immediately reestablished. Does not waste any time, and he picks it up off the jab. Joker. Incredibly solid here. Doom is able to get out. He mistimes his mix-up. That's okay. Still in neutral. You've got to favor Joker here, especially after the tri-jump. Are we going to see a snap, or are we going to kill in order? I think snap is probably the play, but he's going to milk it for what he can.
Definitely think snap's the way to go, but he's going for the kill.
Oh, he is going to secure the kill. All right, he's got confidence in this incoming. So Zero is going to be the incoming. I like this now.
Oh, wow. That was just disgusting.
Layers upon layers. Joker takes it back to the corner. But the TAC break, Romora's still in it. And he secures the hit, so this is how it starts.
That's all you need, a little bit of X Factor level 3 Vergil in the back.
Yeah, Satan gets one. Good teleport there, goes for the S. And rapid slash. All right, so Joker staying off the ground a little bit too much, so Sentinel, he's got a hard drive's chance here. There's his one get out of jail free card, has to X Factor. Rocket Punch is smart, but he doesn't get anything afterwards. And what a throw! The call out! Staying grounded against Vergil can be a death sentence when he knew what was going to happen, knew there was no coverage. Stays, immediately grabs the teleport. What a punish!
That was an amazing reaction by Joker right there. And you know what? It got him a game. That's perfect.
All right, so 1-0 now. Joker from Canada. Shockwave pushes Romora back, just making sure nothing else happens really. Drones come through. I would say as far as both players losing their assists at the same time and neither getting to use it, you gotta favor Joker here. I'm definitely more afraid of the missiles getting to actually establish. Shockwave again, same situation. He just wants to make sure missiles are never a factor. He says it's worth the meter, and I respect that.
He's doing a fantastic job of just destroying Romora's Dr. Doom.
Yep. Trying to get another dash out of the situation. Doom on a pixel now. One more bad call, and that could be a wrap. Magneto, same thing on life support. Plans to get away from the missiles, but Orange Buster covers the entire horizontal plane. And not much you can do there, and Romora is able to convert the weirdest Buster I've ever seen.
You didn't even know what side it hit, but damn, it's hard to be on the other side of that.
So he takes it to Loops in the corner. Same thing, down to the robot. Gonna be able to block there. X Factors actually only hits the assist with one. His plan was to snipe the assist. Oh, and now so much of his X Factor time gets burnt.
Oh, high rocket punch? That's what I like to see.
Ooh, and this, okay, one touch away. And he reestablishes and gets the pressure. Romora disrespects it and gets meatied. That's 2-0.
I'm not sure what Romora could have been doing there because he was free for a second. The meaty wasn't instant, and I think Joker was just trying to put a button on him so he can get a mix-up opportunity, but Romora didn't use his X Factor or anything there. Did he disconnect?
I'm not sure, but that is it for Joker. Joker 2-0 now. Holding it down. Have to see. Maybe he's taking a second here. Hopefully he can get himself together.
He's literally getting some air. All right, he's back in.
And this is not uncommon for us to see from Romora. Watching him play in bracket quite often, he is very much the type to take a big mental reset. This is not out of the ballpark for him.
Absolutely.
We'll have to see. Try and get that 3-0 comeback. That opening gambit, so hard to deal with.
Saw that Joker almost confirmed off that trade, too.
Tries to use his dash to get across the screen. Not going to happen. Joker, happy to just reestablish, just using the Mag Blast when he can, pulling him down into the drones, just taking every opportunity he can, but being relatively safe about it. Rapid Slash does hit. He only gets Magneto. That was very close.
So close. That could have busted this game wide open.
Shockwave into Sogenmu. Pressure's on. If he doesn't push block correctly, almost gets unblockable. But now any chip will do it, and he dives into a drone. So Joker getting ahead here, and potentially what is the final game of this set.
We still have a Vergil on the backside.
So it's an even matchup.
Very true, very true. Okay. All right, navigating the screen well, just kind of mitigating all the risk. Went for another mix-up, but it didn't matter. It confirms, and those are the sickest ones, when it just naturally combos. Snap is the right choice, and he hits Vergil standing. Has X Factor if he needs it, but I don't even think he does. He's going to use it, though.
No, you got to kill this character, no matter what.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
And he lives! Helmbreaker! That's huge for Romora.
All right, Romora gets his double trigger on. He's going to get one. What's the mix-up for this? We're going to go round trip? We are going to see round trip. No, he holds it with the missiles. And just gets him same side when he lands. Joker with another big throw. With the amount of meter he has, he can kill. It's only going to take one.
Come down to Dr. Doom now for Romora.
Same pressure situation. Isn't able to convert the S. Doom just a little bit too low. Okay. Will this confirm completely? It does. It dropped.
No.
But he teched backwards. Oh no, Joker in a huge advantage in the jumping H. And Joker is going to make it 3-0. Romora, so many small opportunities, but Joker is going to be the one to go to winners finals. Off the back of the Sentinel.
Yeah, I like it that he hit him with the fadeaway too. You know what I mean? That's what I like to see. He looked like Jordan out there. Yeah, definitely a great match from Joker. Joker is definitely playing the best I've ever seen him. He's going to be in winners finals against Escalante later on. Romora still in losers bracket though. So.
For sure. So next match coming through. What do we got?
All right, so we're going to be bringing on RayRay versus Flocker. The match that I want to see. This is my exciting match right here. Now, definitely they played quite a bit already in Parsec. When Flocker was just starting out, Ray was stomping on him. But lately it's kind of been more Flocker. So,
that's very true.
Yeah. Since everybody's been getting better at playing Marvel on Parsec, and, you know, shaking all that rust off, it's definitely been competitive all the way around. There are no such things as a short thing anymore.
That's the important thing. I mean, Ray even tweeted himself. Ray tweeted about a week ago. He was like, hey, everybody knows how to play Parsec now, huh? He's like, ready for some competition.
Yeah, so let's see if Ray steps up his game here today.
We will definitely have to see. RayRay going to be rocking the Sentinel. So again, that's another marquee portion of this matchup is drones is hard to call against Zero, just in theory fighter, because level 3 Buster dominates the neutral in a lot of situations. Ray still somehow is able to make it happen. It's just, can Flocker adjust to the way that Ray is able to get his assists off?
Mainly it's, can you make Flocker block on the ground?
So far, relatively even. A little bit of incidental damage on both sides there. And every time, that's a thing that you're going to see. Every time Ray sees Flocker on the ground with no level 3 Buster, you're going to see drones creeping their way across every single time. His timing is perfect.
There's a block right there, but RayRay didn't go in.
Yeah. Flocker's still looking good, though. Taking a lot of incidental damage, but as long as Zero's alive, the threat level is still maximum.
Yeah, definitely nothing more dangerous than a pixel health Zero. But he can't take much more damage here. RayRay's neutral just too strong with drones. And the beam, that might hit him. No, DHC's just in time.
Oh, and Rapid Slash is able to catch Magneto. Actually, fortunate it doesn't get both. But Magneto's able to get away. He's going to DHC out to save his Magneto, it looks like. Yes, he is. So neutral continues. Doom versus Vergil now.
I like it. Both players got both of the point characters out very clean.
They both have a very similar mentality in that they want to keep every piece of the puzzle alive, right?
Yeah, these guys are definitely neutral heavy players.
All right, Dimensional Slash. Ray doing a good job staying right out of the threat territory of that. Double Trigger comes out, and so Genmu Fireball actually controlling neutral really well horizontally.
He's going to try and get this box that stage.
Yeah, maybe look for it soon. Stinger definitely a possibility as well.
This is the classic RayRay right there. Call drone, goes into super so you can work your way in, and it worked out perfectly according to the playbook.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even the drones. The drones were a means to an end. It applied enough pressure for him to close that half-screen distance, and now starting to snowball this game. Almost gets Zero, but Flocker manages to get away and almost converts that. That actually hits, and Zero dies off of it.
All right, this is the Flocker anchor though. His Hawkeye is dead, actually.
Yeah, it's
dead. It's dead. R.I.P.
I was so excited to hear your analysis too. I was so ready.
My analysis, he's dead.
1-0. All right, so RayRay. A long grind of a match so far. And that's what we can expect from these two players. Flocker a lot more patient than a lot of the, his Zero comrades. And the Ray, we know, prioritizes movement, prioritizes the decision making. And he's able to convert that from super jump height. Flocker takes him to the corner. And we're going into loops here.
He earned that. That was a godlike confirm. Now we got the loops. Should be able to put Magneto away.
All right. It's going to look meaty. Cross up. Big time block on the overhead from Ray. And answers back perfectly with the jumping lights.
Yeah, that was an amazing conversion by RayRay there.
And level 3 immediately. Absolutely the right choice. He could have done it with 2. Not worth the risk. Spend it. Get rid of the robot. Let's see what we get for neutral. Neutral gets skipped. The mix-up happens off the drones.
That side switch, RayRay, is ridiculous. That's optimal settings set.
All right, he's going to spend the 2 meters here to finish off. Hawkeye is going to have to do it alone. If Hawkeye can get away, though, is a positive matchup for sure. And he does. Ray actually lets him live. The mix-up was no mix-up.
Well, it's kind of rough. It's looking like Sentinel's going to be the one with X Factor that's going to have to do this.
Which I think is a better decision. I think in terms of just a puncher's chance, you got to give it to Sentinel.
He was about to get grabbed, and so he X Factored.
That's a good choice. And now we're looking for Chip. Ray doing his best to just live it out as long as he can, but it's not going to last long enough. Flocker's going to get one mix-up here, and it's enough.
With the level 3, Ant-Man's coming.
Close enough? Yeah.
It might be close.
Oh, this certainly is going to... I was worried about it whiffing because against characters not as big as Sentinel, the hitbox is actually kind of odd. There's a big gap in between Hawkeye and where the hitbox is.
You always have to dash back.
Yeah, you always have to dash back. So I remembered we had the tallest character in the game land on the ground. So 1-1 going into game 3.
I like him smashing Sentinel a little bit as he goes forward.
Now see, I think Flocker is starting to catch on here in the neutral. It's really hard to beat Magneto with 0 in the neutral here when Magneto's attacking those angles that Flocker can't.
Ooh, and those ankles on the low, looking
true.
strong.
Yeah,
Unfortunately with the drop.
Yeah, Flocker has to work his way in here using lightning, using his assists.
Yep, he's able to close the gap well, and now it's good to catch Ray out of his movement there with the Buster. Attacking that 45 is definitely smart. It's more just the timing of when you're able to.
Yeah, but the chip is starting to add up here for RayRay. 0 is starting to lose a lot of health, and likewise for Ray.
Shockwave has to X Factor. Actually doesn't DHC into Vergil. I was expecting swords, but he's going to let it rock with 0.
Well, you have the life regenning, and it might just be the way to go. Keeps the aggressive play.
And it works out perfectly. Flocker knows best. See, he's been very consistent. Fingers crossed. He's been very consistent on the left side, so let's see if he can complete here. And he does. Not even a question anymore for Flocker.
Clean.
Big time meaty. Crosses up with the Buster. Ray gets knocked out of his chair, and it's going to be all down to the robot. X Factor still available, though.
He's going to try and bait a hard drive, but you know.
Yeah, and that's the toughest situation. As Sentinel against this robot, he puts all this pressure down with the lightning, and sometimes you just can't even get a hard drive out. It's not even an option.
That was meaty lightning, wasn't it?
Absolutely was. Vergil gets the kill. So 2-1 now in favor of Flocker. So going into this next game, Flocker looking to put an exclamation mark on this one. Ray really wants this game 5, but this is not how you want to start trying to get this game 5. He misses his confirm there. And again, very close off the lightning, but isn't able to.
He had 2 chances that could have been really huge for Flocker right there. Ray's very fortunate that he didn't confirm him.
Looking good. Calling a rapid slash full screen, very risky. Ray with no punish though. He's too focused on the neutral. You have to be so dialed in on 0 and where he's going, especially against a player who is as precise as Flocker.
Oh, or precise as Ray. What a confirm. And he backed off right there.
Yeah, I think he thought he wasn't going to get close enough for the launcher, but that's okay. Shockwave into Doom, so he's going to get Doom in. 0 is still relatively healthy. Any touch will do it, but it's more about just controlling the space. Drone's hit doesn't make a big difference. Level 3, X Factor, and Sentinel halfway dead off of 1 super. Alright, so we're still trying to apply as much pressure as we can here. Flocker still has his X Factor intact. In prime position to move on in this bracket. Ray has to make something happen here. How do you make a hero play without overextending against Flocker here?
It's hard. These guys are playing some of the best neutral I've ever seen. They are really going at it right now.
Okay, another nice block on the set of drones. Oh, and that is how you do it. Heavy foot dive. So off the heavy foot dive. Vergil certainly going to die. It's going to be more, what does Ray get for his mix-up here?
Hard
Maybe
tag.
spend 2? Yeah, yep. Spend 2 to get the optimal amount of time here. Pizza cutter. He said no mix-up is my favorite mix-up. Goes for the lightning.
I love it. He believed it wasn't going to be tight, and it got him out.
So again, we activated again. Ray is fearlessly calling this beam, and Tomb is just worse for wear. Yeah, worse for wear because of it. 27 seconds left on the clock. X Factor still available for Flocker. I know he's saving it for Hawkeye, but at what point do you consider to pop it for tempo? There it is.
Sentinel, what a grab by RayRay.
Perfect timing there. And with the X Factor already popped, so now Flocker, X Factor 2. We might get to see a Game 5 here. Big time tech. Ray, the defense always on point, a hallmark of his play. Drops the combo though, and Flocker manages to get a throw 10 seconds left. I don't know if he has time.
I love it. He's still trying though.
Gets a snap. This is certainly the right way to do it.
Oh, he got punished for that.
Yeah, and hard drive will seal it, so that will be the end of this game, and we are going to go straight to Game 5. RayRay, the clutchness. Choosing with the game look for good measure.
What a match, man. The neutral was wild.
As this match is going on to Game 5, guys, I just want to remind you guys about the Matcherino. Definitely hook it up for these players. Make sure they get some money for all their efforts. Thank you guys for donating so far.
All right, RayRay has to make this happen. Flocker has been, I'd say for the most part, in control in this set, but Ray has been managing to make it happen. It's just, what can you do in these situations? Flocker is starting to dial up and be able to stop the drones, but he overextends into beam. Gets his Magnetic Tempest, gets the DHC. Ray's going to try and run away with this one. Get the tag and try and snowball. No, Doom stays in. Ooh, tries to get him to push block. I like the decision making. Even in these clutch situations, Ray is still thinking about worst case scenario.
Oh, but unfortunately, he didn't think about that. Got punished for the beam from the Vergil teleport.
All right, see how much meteor he can cash out before he goes. He's going to snap. Can he kill drones here? Standing light. Do you X Factor?
Yes.
He does. Okay.
That standing light might be the entire game changer. Oh no, never mind. It was that combo drop that was the game changer.
Yeah, starting with that standing light scales it a bit. Shockwave coming. And it actually helps Magneto that he got hit. He gets to act earlier and run away even faster.
What a beneficial trade for RayRay.
He should be able to kill on this DHC though.
That was such a smart DHC from RayRay. Obviously, Tempest is normally the safe DHC, but with that one there, he's actually able to push Vergil away.
And we all down to Sentinel and Doom now. Ray not afraid to play the robot on point. He gets the throw. And there you go, the dash up, hard drive. So with Hawkeye dying and X Factor still ticking. Ray has one mix-up to do this. I love that DHC, so smart. Yeah, gets himself back in the optimal team order, and RayRay is gonna finish it 3-2 to move on in losers, and is actually going to eliminate Flocker. So, wow, congratulations to Ray, and congratulations to Flocker for placing so well, but he is going to end up at 7th place.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Flocker there, definitely a couple of crucial drops, but I think RayRay had the edge on him in the neutral game. He started off game 1 with the neutral game, and basically he forced the download. You know, Flocker definitely realized after the first game he needs to go in with the, against the zoning of Magneto. You can't compete with Mag Blast and Disruptor and Beam and Drones playing the team that you play. And then as Flocker started going in and closing the distance and getting the advantage on him in neutral, RayRay basically started baiting him into coming in, and he started playing more of just a trap type neutral. So that was a really, really good play, really good smarts by Ray there. Obviously, what do you expect from one of the smartest players in this game? So.
Again, huge shout outs to Flocker, 7th place, nothing to sneeze at. Definitely a great performance for him.
All right, but right now we're gonna cut through some ads here. We're gonna hit you up with the sponsors of Frosty Faustings 13, this great event. Obviously, let you know first, we got the Virtual Artist Alley. Definitely check it out in their Discord there. They've got a lot of great merch. Support the artists of the FGC. And then, of course, they got the sick merch here from Frosty themselves, their shirt and their zip-up hoodie, and, of course, their beanie as well. You need that if you're living in in the north there. So we don't need it in Florida, but we need that shirt, though, for real. Matcherino, you guys already know. You guys got it up to $250 already, but we need to get it up some more for these guys. Thank you guys so much for all your contributions. Definitely check out the Matcherino, and I appreciate all you guys that have already been supportive of that. Guilty Gear Strive, you already know what it is. It's time to pre-order now so you can get that game early. I think you can get it earlier if you get the collectors or something. So definitely check that out there. It's going to have rollback netcode. We're going to be running hella tournaments on it here. So Grand Blue Versus, you already know what it is. One of the best fighting games I've played in the last couple years. Lots of fun. honestly, and new characters coming out. Character Pass 2, can't wait to see what they have to offer. Obviously, Skullgirls, one of my favorite games of all time here. If you're a Marvel fan, you like Skullgirls, obviously. And they're finally coming out with a new character. The game's already fun, but they're adding more spice to the mix there. Them fighting hers. They have a great tournament. I think that's wrapping up pretty soon right now. Obviously, another fun fighting game with great netcode. It's 40% off on the Humble Bundle store all weekend long for Frosties. So, and then, of course, you got Under Night and Birth. We've already been playing this game for a while, but they just came out with the collector's editions for the Nintendo Switch. Definitely check that out. Pick it up, play it on the go. And Hitbox. Can't say enough good things about this controller. Really so innovative here. I mean, just the way you can play. You can do things in Marvel that you can't do in other games. People like Daigo, people like Kudiata use it. And then, of course, Fantasy Strike. One of the best games to play for free. Rollback netcode. All the characters playable from start. They just want you to have a good time and play a good game. So I really respect that from Fantasy Strike Serlin Games. And, of course, Metafy. Metafy new to the scene here. They're bringing you the best coaches, the best players to help you up your game. Whether you're trying to get good at Marvel or any other game, they definitely got you on the hook up there. Check out metafy.gg to see what they're all about. Alrighty, so right now we're going to have coming up next, we've got more losers matches coming up here. Let's take a look at this top 8 bracket real quick though. Alright, as you can see here, Escalante and Joker already in winners finals, waiting to duke it out. But first, we're going to play Mundank versus RayRay. Alright, obviously we would normally play Romora versus Coach Steve, but Coach Steve is in the, wrapping up a Dragon Ball tournament, which hopefully he will win. And then he's going to come back to us hopefully in time. But right now, we're going to have Mundank versus RayRay go at it. So let's get right to the action here.
So Mundank versus RayRay. RayRay, we've seen RayRay affectionately, or not so affectionately, has referred to Mundank as one of the two Nova brothers that he so much hates to run into. One of the biggest thorns in his side when he was doing so well in a lot of these Parsec tournaments. One of the first players to actually step up and really threaten and take sets off of him during that domination of like a 7 straight when he was just winning everything.
There was a point in time. And then now, Mundank picked it up, and then Marvello, it's like everyone just keeps getting better.
But that's going to be the most important thing to see here is going to be the 99 seconds for sure. And probably, I think that for a long time, it was a lot of like us having to be like, oh, like, just so you guys know, like, Spencer's the problem. It's not a secret anymore. Everybody knows. The Mundank Spencer is going to be the threat. It's going to be how can Ray mitigate the threat of when Spencer comes in, he pushes 2 buttons if you're in the air. He gets cross up or not. And if you're too low to the ground, he gets a command grab afterwards too. So many layers to the mix-up. For 2 meters and an X Factor, worth it every time.
It's like, how does that character have so much damage, and how does Mundank press those buttons so fast?
He has some of the fastest movement. As far as grounded movement, Mundank has some of the fastest I've ever seen, bar none in the Marvel community.
And that's going to be the deciding factor there. Is Mundank's ground movement versus Ray's air movement in neutral? Which one is going to win out? Which one is more important?
We'll have to see, though. We will have to find out. So these two getting it queued up now. Mundank on the left. RayRay going to be playing on the right. You already know in the all-white. It's time to go Bond Wonderland. He goes for the camouflage. The camouflage counter pick.
That's kind of cheating, bro.
All right, here we go. Early pressure from Mundank. That's one of the big difference maker too, is Mundank having EM Disruptor Assist, not as durable as Beam. Air to air. That high in the air, he confirms it, and he gets his TAC.
I love it. Mundank literally just went up and got Ray, and now we're in an infinite here. We're building a meter. This is huge for Mundank.
I was going to say, that was the biggest thing, though, is EM Disruptor Assist for Nova, not as durable and not as abusable in certain situations, but so good as a quick interrupt for Nova. You see him just use it as a counter call. Ray gets caught up in his movement a little bit and falls into the shield. Might end up losing Doom for it. Potentially a snap, though. No, he is going to kill.
Oh, yeah. You got Spencer on the backside. Every time we say this, you know Spencer's going to do the damage. He's bringing the pain.
All right, 2 zips and another grapple. Doom is going to die, so it's going to be all down to the robot, but this is not uncommon for Ray. We've seen this situation for him quite a lot. He's more than comfortable. Gets his hard time out. And it hits, so this is how it starts. He gets a little dash back too to adjust his distancing.
Oh, but he went for the advanced combo, the maximize, optimize combo, and he drops big time.
Yeah, and gets caught in a terrible situation. Mundank actually not able to convert it though. So both players return to neutral. Still advantage Mundank for sure. Make an advantage Ray.
Yeah, catches Spencer again, but unfortunately it might be too little too late there. If he had killed him initially, he would have had plenty of X-Factor time to compete with the speed of Nova, but now he's got to play with no X-Factor. Never mind, he doesn't even need it. Ray's always got X-Factor in his mind.
I was going to say, he had 5 meters. Maybe going to look for a snap here? No, he's just going to retreat.
This is all for a tag.
Oh,
Wow, and he did it and gets the grab off of it.
Yeah, we're going to see TAC, or we're going to see supers. Yeah, it's going to be the supers. DHC's early into Tempest. For this DHC to work, you have to DHC before last hit. All right, chucking some Mag Blast, trying to establish his space. Ray, any piece of chip will do it.
Maybe the game is just a little bit of chip and stay away from Sentinel.
He had him too. He went for command grab, I think. Maybe got negative edge on his movement potentially, but whatever happened there is certainly not what Ray was hoping for. And now 1-0 in favor of Mundank. Starting it off early with a throw too. Goes for the raw tag here. He's not going to risk it on the TAC. He knows he can kill without it. I think that's the nicest thing about the team here for Mundank. He knows off of all these situations, he has a plethora of options, can really kill in whichever way he would like. It's more just about mitigating the risk of the TAC.
As long as you got a Spencer behind, you're going to kill just about everything.
All right, he's able to dash away, gets his shield set up. And opts out of neutral there. He knows the drones are coming, just jumps over him and dashes away. What a great decision.
I like what Mundank's doing with the shields. You know, every time he gets taken out, he puts another one up.
Yeah, just playing very, very careful here. That super not quite going to hit, but the drone's behind it. And really not a factor. He's able to up back out of the situation. Looks for the dolphin kick. Turns up the aggression a little bit. And straight back to the shield. You love to see it. Hear that pulse on the ground. What a block from Ray. So much happening. And after the scramble, just getting straight back to it. Still, you have to give, again, advantage to Mundank here. Still having his whole team in order. Why do I even say it? That's going to be RayRay finishing off the Nova.
He did so well playing neutral so long and then eventually getting Mundank in a position he felt advantageous and went with it. He got the hit.
All right, Mundank is able to get the flight though. Abandoned ship. Keeping himself safe here. 2 meters available, about to make it 3. It's more about what can Mundank do here? How can Mundank force the issue? In the long con, Ray will win this with drones. Eventually, you cannot play perfect forever. Mundank will make a small error and drones will be blocked and Ray gets a mix-up. It's just about how do you deal with that situation. DHC is a great start.
I think he's just trying to wear down Mundank in the neutral and make him just do something he's not comfortable doing.
Very true. Both popping X-Factor same time.
Because Ray could do this all day.
Mundank with the grapple though. Here's the throw. The open up, the opportunity he needed. 3 grapples. And finishes it up on the DHC. Wait till he's at the top. Very nice. And now any touch will do it here.
I don't know, man. I thought, in hindsight, I would have done maneuvers and take some of that time off the clock just in case.
Still working out though. 3 seconds left. And Mundank able to make the timeout work. That's going to be 2-0 now. Wow.
What a match right there.
The consistency of the movement. So strong there. So Ray has to make some adjustments and quick. In terms of making adjustments at a rapid pace, he's one of the best in the game. But so far has been unable to. TAC, there's what he needs. Finally winning the neutral, getting some momentum here.
said, I got these two, bro.
Very nice. Gets his tag back into order. Cross up H. And he pops the X Factor. You know the problem is here.
You have to. Spencer can literally one-touch your team with the X Factor and a little bit of resources on the backside.
Magneto has to do it by himself. 3 meters. Doesn't even get the opportunity. Never even gets the X Factor for a look.
Was it perfect?
It could be. It is. If there was ever a way to answer back, that's Ray squared, making it 2-1.
With purpose.
Okay, a great air-to-air from Mundank. Shades of the first game here, and we know how that went. Tries for the reset. Ray scouted it out, not having any of it. No, but he misses his confirm off the raw tag. A big opportunity squandered for Ray. Hopefully he can stay consistent, but the javelin hits. Mundank starting to run away with it now.
He wants the bot.
It's good. Getting rid of the neutral assist. Certainly a good roadmap for success here.
If he can get rid of drones, this is huge for Mundank.
Yeah, it's a big block. He forces him to X Factor. Crouching medium gets both.
He definitely looked like he blocked the first hit of that there. I'm not sure what happened. He tried to jump afterwards.
Straight into bionic arm. Ray's able to cross him up, put him back into the corner. Is this going to happen? Is he going to be able to do it with solo Spencer? No. Armor piercer drops. Wait until he's blocking.
Wow,
All right.
bro.
Is able to get one. X Factor's going to run out, though. Now Mundank really trying to, he does not want this to go to a game 5. Using that grounded movement again, but now with no assist with him to be able to stop the drones, Ray is able to call it pretty freely.
Yeah, and of course, if Spencer pops that bionic arm, he's going to get punished heavily by Magneto.
Same situation, not even going to have a chance to do it. He is, okay. Wow, a big drop into a big escape from Mundank. So slippery in the neutral. Another tech.
He's going to get hit right here.
Okay.
RayRay scraping by, taking the second game. Tied 2-2.
Yeah, the shockwave holding it down. Ray looking very in control in the 4th game. And now, the 5th game coming through. What can Ray do here to keep this momentum? He's able to weather the storm when it comes to the assist calls from Mundank. It's a big drop there, but that's okay. Keeping his composure. And there, the standing jab conversion.
Yo, big shout outs to BG Callisto for wrapping up with Frosty Faustings event and rating us with 443. Thank you guys so much.
The night glass. Okay, early throw. Oh no, and with Mundank losing his X Factor, he might have just thrown the set. Ray, the snowball is rolling, and I don't know if there's anything to stop it here.
This is going to be rough for Mundank. All he has is Magneto with 3 meters and an X Factor running out.
Yeah, the X Factor's gone now. It's going to be quite a lot of touches, quite a lot of neutral wins in a row here for Mundank. Does he have the mental fortitude to make it happen? Launcher's a great start.
This is a kill.
There's
That's
one.
Oh. Still got a long ways to go here, and of course, if he can land the hit on Doom, he's going to be able to level 3 and possibly get a kill, depending on the hit he's able to get. If he gets a throw, he's going to need 2.
And Ray opts into the Sentinel matchup, but he gets punished for his DHC. Mundank, a very rare drop.
Yeah, and that combo is what he needed to be able to make this a playable game, and now he's going to take an L for it.
Wow, so off of that, RayRay clutches off the dropped opportunity from Mundank and gets a clutch one of his own. 3-2.
So close, man. So close.
That match looked like it was going to be all Mundank when we first started, but RayRay was just able to put it all together there, just make all the right decisions. All right. But congratulations to Mundank for making it so far. He tied for 5th today in this huge 128-player marble bracket. But of course, RayRay able to clutch it out, make it to losers semis. And of course, he's going to be going up next against the winner of this upcoming game, Romora versus Coach Steve.
All right, so these two finally here. Coach Steve performing pretty well in Dragon Ball today, as you can see, still being in it there.
Yeah, they just finished up the Dragon Ball tourney, so he's able to finally join us. Glad to have him back on. All right, just so you guys know, though, we do have the Match-A-Reno. We are already at $250, but I know we can go a lot more. These players definitely deserve it. Make sure to hook them up. Type in exclamation Match-A-Reno in the chat there.
I'll even do it for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of free codes you guys can still use. Obviously, you can just use the code there that's on the website, on the link there, and then you'll be able to donate a free 50 cents into the pot. And then of course there's still a lot of quests that you can do. You can easily donate $1.50 without ever having to spend your own money. So, and if you throw some of your own in, even better.
So here we go, getting into the match. Frosty, Faustings, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 top 8 losers bracket action still continuing here. Coach Steve trying to get himself set up with a shield, gets the stagger, and he's not quite able to finish it. It's close.
But Coach recovers, man, and he's gonna get Romora 0 right here.
All right, so you know the next thing we see is a snap. Yeah, it's still an unescapable chip situation.
Oh, great blocks by Romora, though, on the instant overhead there.
Crouch. Ooh, the crouch medium works out, and then the whiffed jab. So he gets his side switch. Oh, yeah, and that's just a pure guess there. And unfortunately, Romora guesses the wrong side of the coin. Coach Steve opens it up. And that might be the end of this game here. Let's see what Romora can do with Doom. Oh, not much. You have to block first, and that's a tall task.
That's just mean.
Yeah, Coach Steve definitely makes great use of the pulse assist there every single time. I'm sorry, not assist, pulse move.
All right, so 1-0. Coach looking in form right now. Goes for early rocket punch. Does get the hit, but not anything after it. Since he was at super jump height and he had already used a jump. Wasn't able to convert there unless he used X Factor. Pulse hits. Yeah, but it's not going to work out. Goes back to the shield. He gets both missile. So smart.
What a godlike call to know the missiles were going to hit, so he supered early.
All right, skates backwards a little bit. Romora gets the swords on. He's going to take a shot here. Whenever Vergil comes in, you know that's when they're going to try and risk it all. TAC, actually, Romora.
He wants to save the X Factor, but then dropped it.
Yeah, it gets very cheeky there, and unfortunately does not work out. But still, neutral continues, and Vergil's still alive.
I try to convert that javelin there, but just a second too late, and he's going to pay the price for it. Romora, even in this game up here, bringing out Vergil. Excellent. Same side mix-up. I definitely was thinking other side.
Yeah, so much visual noise there to make it look the other way. And Romora, not quite enough for Spencer, but he used a second jump to get out of the way. X Factor from Steve. He's just Tarzaning around up there. And the raw tag actually does not get fully punished.
Yeah, Coach Steve definitely lucked out there on that raw tag, but he's still getting comboed now. But this is Romora's last meter, so.
Ooh, big block on the same side. That was one of the last opportunities Romora's going to have in this sequence of lockdown. Now Coach has the meter to get his team back in order.
And it hits.
Somehow he fell into that hit.
The maneuvers work out. And Romora's Doom is still on a pixel here. All right. Coach Steve, same thing. Just trying to swing around the top of the screen, kill as much time as he can. Missiles.
Romora's literally just chipping away, little by little.
And this is Romora's chance to make it happen while Coach Steve doesn't have meter for arm.
Yeah, this is your one opportunity to be as aggressive as you would like.
Yeah, the neutral changes completely once Coach Steve builds that meter, and he's not going to get a chance to.
Standing H. All right. Romora tags in Doom, actually.
Yeah, wants to recover what little red health that he can get from Vergil, especially with time running low.
Yeah, I certainly think that's a good decision here. He's got to save as much meter as he can, but now he set himself up to where if Doom dies, he has to block one mix-up. This is big.
That was a bad assist call there, and that might cost him the entire match. He does have 1 meter coming out, but he's not even going to get a chance to use it. What a mix-up there from Coach Steve to take it.
How did he get to the other side?
It's so fast. So fast.
Dr. Doom doesn't have a teleport? You mean he doesn't have a teleport?
He did the down with Raccoon and just ended up on the I didn't know he could burrow. Good lord. So Coach Steve makes it 2. Oh, and the early open up, he gets them both. And you know the X Factor is coming. An easy closeout here for Coach potentially. Armor Piercer actually does not get 0.
Yeah, Romora lucks out a little bit here because it still leaves Vergil in the back, and 0 is playable.
He can kill without X Factor here.
Yeah, he still has Rapid Slash assist too.
Yeah, and that huge lead for Coach Steve is dwindling away into a lead for Romora here if he's able to get this kill on Spencer.
Then still having Vergil intact with X Factor, that almost is enough to secure that lead. So now Spencer dead. Romora has flipped this on its side and gets the deep cross up. So Romora looking very consistent here so far. He's got a second lease on life and he's not taking it for granted.
We finish? And we do.
Another clean kill. All right, another nice stop.
What is going on? I can't keep up.
There goes standing H. Pressure's on Sogenmu. Oh, right. And he just checks him with the low. So it looks like Romora, no, not quite.
He dropped the grab. Level 3, because we didn't press anything.
He had time to block.
Yeah, Coach Steve definitely went for a Hail Mary in the last second there, but really wasn't much choice. He had to do that. Romora able to put himself on the board. Definitely not looking to get shut out here in top 8.
All right. Coach trying to establish the pressure with the dolphin kick. Not able to do much. Romora, a rare mismanagement of his buster. Goes for up lightning, had 0 buster charge, no way to stop himself. So he's going to lose 0 for it. He wasn't willing to give the X Factor. Coach Steve securing a very early lead, very solid. Gets Nova back in.
Oh, good button
The
check
check
right there. Yes.
What a check. Any X Factors. All right. So he's calling his shot here. He's going to try and end it now. He can get Vergil in. Helmbreaker to keep him in place. He has level 4.
It's one touch. Gets it.
Doesn't even need to spend the level 4. He's just going to be able to convert. Now he will.
Yes, and that's good for Romora right here. That's huge. He's going to take a really big advantage.
But unfortunately, Coach Steve's literally got Naruto of Team 7 coming in right now.
Very true.
Oh.
Bro, he said Rasengan. What's good? Twice? Oh, so Doom has to do this to keep him alive here. This is for Romora's tournament life. Coach, half his X Factor gone. Looking for the overhead early. He showed his hand. Looking good though. Oh, the grapple. I don't know if he kills off this. No, he does not off the drop. Another tough one. He is able to get arm here. No, he goes for armor piercer instead of just into the arm.
Romora needs to put some chip on Spencer. There's no way he can get him with one touch.
He should be able to because he's got 3 meters.
Crouching heavy from maximum distance into the optimal loops. He gets his level 3. He's going to do a short rep here. And that is it. Romora actually ties it up, and that is game 5.
I've never seen Romora play footsies before. That was pretty impressive there. Great spacing, great patience. Way to not go for anything too risky.
Oh man, so going into the final game, Romora, like we said, definitely wanted to take a little second. So now here we go. Starting off early, patient. Just trying to interrupt the shield as much as he can while he waits for those missiles to take place. Doom taking some beating, but Romora intelligent. No, he tries too hard to save him and he overextends.
He wanted to save his Doom.
Coach is going to look to blow this game open now. Molecular shield into Sphere Flame. 2 touches here. Moore manages to get out of the dodge. Oh, and he blinks on defense, and unfortunately, not a true block string doesn't get jailed into it.
He's snapping because you don't want to deal with X Factor level 3 Vergil.
It's a good stop. Dimensional Slash is a good opportunity, and he gets Rapid Slash off of it. That's exactly what he wanted. The plan is all coming together here for Romora.
But can you get the problems?
The Romora is the problem right now.
Just turning it on right now.
All right,
Huge.
2 meters. No X Factor. Still a huge advantage, though.
Oh.
He was mid-teleport, but he could not get away. Almost kills him, not quite, though.
Hard tag.
It's good to escape the guaranteed chip setup. Guaranteed in finger quotes.
You just got to try and run Coach Steve's X Factor out a little bit. Here comes some swords, probably.
Yep, this is going to kill just about the rest of the X Factor.
Gets the hit.
Probably not going to be able to kill here, but he's going to be able to do a lot. Gets the reset. With missiles, I actually think he might get him here. No, too early.
I like that he didn't actually go to convert that. He didn't want any funny business there.
Super jumping at Doom in that situation is asking for a foot dive, and it goes through! Oh, but using... Wait.
Oh no, he got thrown though at the end. Pixel Health Doom may make it happen. He just needs to hit this mix-up here.
The late foot dive switches sides. Coach
Oh.
Steve. Can you finish this? Keep it simple. And he does! Coach Steve, 3-2. An impossible situation. He makes it every single damn day he fights.
I cannot believe how clutch Coach Steve is. Pixel Health Doom making it happen. He didn't even break a sweat, I bet. He just came off of playing Grand Finals in a Dragon Ball tournament, and he comes right in here and does this?
I'm sweating enough for him, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I cannot
Dude.
believe it. I cannot believe it. That was an amazing match right there. Congratulations to Coach Steve. He's going to be moving on to
Wow.
losers semis. And you know who he's going to be playing soon? He's going to be playing his boy, RayRay. So we're going to see a Coach Steve versus RayRay match soon. Congrats to Romora as well for getting 5th place today. Amazing performance from Romora.
Yes, I was gonna say we say it a lot about him, and this just exasperates it. The picture perfect consistency, doing so well here. 5th place, nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, definitely though. Make sure you guys check out the match at Reno. I know we've said it a lot, but like I said, we want to make sure we take care of the players there. So if you guys are enjoying the Marvel, definitely hook up the Match Reno, !Match Reno. There's a free 50-cent code you can use in there. So hook these players up, guys. I appreciate you definitely supporting Marvel. But up next, we're going to play Winners Finals. This is it. This is Winners Finals. We're here now.
We finally made it. We're in top 4. We made it all the way to top 4. A full bracket.
What a
Capped
tournament.
so quick. This tournament capped so fast, and we've made it all the way to top 4.
And we are here, Escalante versus Joker. Obviously, two of the best players in this bracket, but it may not have been who everybody thought would be in Winners Finals. Obviously, there was a lot of favorites here, like RayRay, Flocker, Coach Steve, Mundank, Jason Kiddo. So many great players in the bracket today, but these two guys were the ones that were playing their absolute best and have made it here so far.
All right. So it looks like Escalante hovering to get his missiles selected, and it's about that time. I think Magneto start probably the best here, because I think you would want to see Morrigan versus Zero. Assuming you both have meter built up, I think as Escalante, I don't think you're too upset about getting Morrigan versus Zero if you've already gotten into Astral Vision.
Yeah, he's going to take his time and pull out Morrigan. Watch.
We'll see, though. He is going to start the Morrigan. Okay. Round start DP. Which is really ballsy considering the opening gambit that Joker's been using all day of using that 0 DP assist. Maybe he knows it will beat it. But either way, Joker trying to stall out as much as Astral Vision as he can. Halfway done with no beater gained. Oh, and unfortunately, yeah, a ton of incidental hits, no completed combos, but with Morrigan, a couple little touches and a couple little fireballs is usually more than enough.
We're at the TAC. We're going into Sentinel. Gonna try and kill Morrigan off this touch.
Yes, 3 meters.
Oh, drops out.
Oh, Sentinel, unfortunately, from that distance, sometimes that can happen. But he does get Escalante's Morrigan and his X Factor.
Ooh, good dash up to just not even have to block that.
Okay, still trying to break away here. Joker gets the cross up, chooses to reset. Not over pressing, I like that. You have your X Factor, you have the advantage. No reason to overdo it. That's the only way you lose this.
Yeah, you don't want to give this away to Escalante right now, but considering the way he's been playing all day.
You give him an inch, he takes a mile here. Escalante gets a crouch fierce off, and now Zero's gone. All down to the robot here.
This robot's got X Factor, so there's definitely a solid chance here.
Trying to establish himself with the beam, using that air raid. Upward rocket punch gets caught out and has to X Factor. Escalante with the clean flight though. Nice pressure in and out.
Escalante's also doing a great job here, calling missiles at the right time so he can avoid getting happy birthday.
And anti-airing Sentinel with that crouching light. You love to see it. Plenty of meter here. We're gonna see the squeeze. Might need an extension, but either way, this is certainly gonna be death. And there it is. Escalante will put the first one on the board, 1-0. All right, getting into this second game here, Escalante. Round start DP once again. All right, goes Astral Vision early, and Joker, same thing as before. Just prevent, it doesn't really matter, as long as your character doesn't die, it doesn't really matter how much damage you take. It's just about preventing the meter. The resource battle is the most important thing.
About to get a resource here.
Shockwave putting him all the way across. Morrigan builds up her next meter. But Drone's actually going to make this tough. No, he gets away.
Looks like the missiles cleared the drones. Almost, and Magneto's done. That's huge for Escalante.
So much hit stun on those fireballs.
Oh, good pressure.
Timing on the push block from Joker.
Yeah, definitely avoided a lot of mix-up opportunities there.
2 fireballs hit. Does that one connect as well? It does.
Almost combos there with the X Factor, but this is still good position here for Escalante.
That's a common thing you see. Oh, Alpha Counter hard drive. She low profiles it.
This, I can't say it.
Just hit him with the bro. All right, able to fly out. Sentinel, for a big body, actually surprisingly nimble at avoiding these fireballs, more than you would expect.
He just kind of just jumps, and it's like, hey, no, I got double jump.
Yeah, floats around for sure. Spends his X Factor here, though. She's going to have to try and make it happen. Sentinel bleeding now, and he's unable to convert off the DP assist. It was very close.
Escalante is literally just taking control of this match right now, and the control.
And I like the strategy from Joker, just using the low charge busters because he knows it will stall him in the air. Okay, another nice block, but unfortunately, blocking forever is not the answer. Even off that throw, I don't know if he's really going to be able to do it. I don't know if he has the opportunity. EM Disruptor, the perfect assist call for Escalante, making it 2-0 now.
Dude, that's just too much. It's too steep to come back from.
Yeah, Escalante definitely looking like he's going to take Frosty Faustings 13, but it's still early in the tournament here. This is only winners finals, and Joker's still not even out of it yet. He might make the switch here to Iron Man.
The first time we've seen it this whole tournament. Iron Guy. The beam. He's going to have a beam is probably the most important aspect here. Having his own fast horizontal projectile.
Yeah, definitely one of the fastest horizontal assists in the game here.
We'll have to see if Tony can shed some light on this, though.
It's already making a difference. Look at Magneto's health.
Yeah, so much damage already done. Shockwave.
Mag's gone.
Magneto already dead. Gonna get pressure on Morrigan. Escalante sees his opportunity and just super jumps straight out, though. Threads the needle. Trying to close the gap a little bit to apply some pressure. Joker loses about half his life, but all the characters are still alive. It's still a good look. Oh, but not so much anymore. It's all about perspective, I guess.
Yeah, that standing low definitely took care of Joker's Magneto here. But he's got Iron Man. Let's see if Iron Man can make the difference here.
Smart Bomb is another great way to stall in the air as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, he ate missiles when he came down, but he's out of the combo here. He's got one more chance at it.
Throw hits. He's going to go for the DP super. Nothing to DHC into. He X-Factors immediately.
Yeah, but that X-Factor might not do much for him. It's going to last just about as long as this Astral does, and he loses Iron Man.
Yeah, he certainly had an opportunity for something potentially like Iron Avenger was, I think, what he was saving it for, but now Big Body Sentinel is going to have to do it on his own. That's a great start. Dashes backwards.
No, he went the wrong way with it. He might super jump here.
Trying to bait the hard drive, you can tell.
Escalante gets the missiles out. And Chip might have just made it too much here. If he hits Morgan immediately, there's a shot, but otherwise, I think Joker just might be out of it. It was very close.
Yeah, they Hail Mary hard drive there. He's going to get punished, and he's going to go down.
So Joker, the Iron Man switch actually looked pretty good in neutral. As far as Iron Man on point, didn't have too much impact. Smart Bomb was a great way to stall, and he did get some done with it, but it was really the horizontal beam that was making a huge difference. Sniping Magneto so often, applying so much pressure and so much damage.
Yeah, we could definitely be looking at a different result here possibly if he had gone Iron Man the whole way, but 0 is what got him here, so you can't blame him for sticking with it.
Absolutely not.
All right, so we've got only a handful of matches left today, guys. We've got loser semis coming up with Coach Steve versus RayRay. We've got Joker versus the winner of that. And of course, Escalante waiting in grand finals. But before we get to all that, let's go take a look at some of these sponsors for Frosty Faustings 13. All right, make sure you guys check out the Virtual Artist Alley. Go to the Discord there and you can check out the great artwork a lot of the vendors have available. All right, so we got official event merch. You can check out at the Smash EG website. Check out the shirt, check out the hoodie, check out the beanie. There's also mouse pads, play mats, all kinds of stuff there. Really dope stickers as well. And of course, I know I've been hounding you guys about the match of Reno. Definitely hook up the players here. Make sure they got something worth playing for. Obviously, Marvel's a passion for all of us, but we'd like to win a little money too. That'd be kind of nice. Y'all know about that Guilty Gear. This is my new game for 2021, baby. It's gonna have rollback netcode. What is that? I haven't played rollback netcode in so long. My goodness, it's available for pre-order now though. Comes out very soon, April 9th. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. You guys already know about this game, man. Like I said, don't let COVID rob us of this game, man. Definitely take a look at it. Get those Season 2 DLC. Skullgirls, you guys already know. It's that other Marvel. Check out the new DLC character. First DLC character in 5 years. You can get that shit on your phone too, bruh. Them fighting herds. You guys already know what it is, man. Definitely a real competitive fighting game here. Like I said, don't be fooled by the cute graphics. You know what I mean? This is a serious fighting game, and you can get that 40% off in the Humble Bundle store all weekend long. And of course, Under Night here. We've been playing this game for a long time. Played all the Under Nights at this point. But of course, they got the new one coming out for the Nintendo Switch now, finally. So you guys, all you Nintendo heads can get on that. Hitbox, you guys already know what it is. You get tired of breaking your wrist on your stick, man, tired of cramping your hands on your controller, switch over to Hitbox. You know what I mean? This is the optimal way to play, especially for a game like Marvel vs. Capcom. And of course, Fantasy Strike, one of the best free-to-play games out there. Honestly, it's probably the best free-to-play fighting game out there. Definitely check it out. All the characters already unlocked. Great netcode. You don't want to miss out on it. It's free to play. And Metafy. You guys already know what it is by now. I've told you before. Metafy definitely bringing you coaches. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm allowed to say ass on stream now because it says it on the slide, right? So you can get coached by the players kicking your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Definitely check them out. Metafy.gg. All right? They're new to the scene, but they are blowing up right now. If it said ass on the screen, I'm going to say ass.
Hey, you ain't wrong.
You know
I mean,
I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job.
Nobody's critiquing your job. You're doing a fantastic job. You're doing a better job than people know. So y'all know, shout out to the homie Tong Lee holding it down.
So I can say ass on.
All right. So I think these guys are just getting button checked here. We do have losers semifinals going on. We got Coach Steve versus RayRay, one of the biggest matches of the night. Bro, these two guys have played so much.
It's pretty much El Clasico at this point in this matchup. These two playing probably two of the people that have played the most just as training partners playing together and just bracket demons always because they both always make top 8, always run into each other. So we'll have to see the New York Classic coming through. Coach Steve on the left, RayRay on the right. Top 4 here of Frosty Faustings, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Early here, Coach Steve representing the shield. That's certainly the right choice, trying to mitigate the drones as much as possible. And as Nova, oh, okay. A great choice, and he makes sure to go up to stay out of the threat territory of the drones. Just perfect opportunity.
The decision making by Steve.
On the fly, too. You have no time. Gets him same side there. Unfortunately, the drop, but still has pressure and still has corner.
I definitely like the momentum that Coach is going with. He does not want to do this like neutral dance with like RayRay this whole time.
All right, it just comes down to Sentinel here, coming in with X Factor though. This pulse has been a problem, but he took care of it this time with the throw.
He's not going to X Factor. It looks like he's going to try and kill this one with no X Factor, which is great. He has plenty of time. He's got the Hyper Viper beams and the hard drive. Do that one more time. Yeah, and Ray's going to kill this one with just meter, no X Factor. A great decision. Certainly the right one if you're going to go for the win.
Yeah, unfortunately, RayRay's going to have to be careful here. He's got no meter left, and he just popped his X Factor, so he can't afford to make any mistakes in the neutral here. He's not going to. The fadeaway H there.
The H, looking like Nova. All right, it's going to be Doom coming in by himself. Half the X Factor still there for Ray, though. Coach almost getting the confirm. The latest dash. The reaction time from Coach Steve to know where to go. He's going to get the level 3, and he's going to close out the first game.
Yeah, RayRay definitely looked like he was on the path to a comeback there with Sentinel, but Coach Steve, with just that little tri-dash there, delayed against the push block, really made all the difference, able to clutch it out. I just want to shout out, by the way, Roman Valerio for the $25 donation to the Matcherino. Make sure you guys check it out, exclamation Matcherino in the chat.
All right, here we go. Same thing, Ray staying home. Gonna go across, and he's gonna hit the assist, but nothing else. Just uses that time to set up a javelin. It's one of the big added bonuses of hitting the assist with that super. You can knock them into the air, and as long as they're on the screen, you can't call them again.
Oh, what an open up. Coach Steve right there. We're gonna X Factor? No, we get the hard tap.
Yeah, just gets into the crumple. He gets one more short rep. Oh, he gets a full rep, actually. Wow, fix my face. All that meter. Gets the Sphere Flame. Easy kill. Coach looking for a throw potentially on the movement from Ray. Ray, unfortunately, just coming into the shield and not blocking. And with the X Factor, Coach is going to try and blow this one open. We still have robots, and we still have X Factor. Gets his javelin. This is going to be very tough. Looking across here. Cast suspend X Factor.
This is not where you want to be against Ray, though.
Yeah, I like the backing up from Coach, though, and the up back.
No way, Coach.
Very, very smart there. Just goes for the one jab into the super, and he clips him with the crouching medium. Coach so on point, catching Ray in movement twice in a row in this game. All of his clean hits were just clipping him in the middle of attempting to move.
Bro, that stand jab
into the super was too clean. Coach is going to make it 2-0. Ray has to make some adjustments here.
Taking his time. It's good, though. Coach has been playing very aggressive on Ray.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a switch here from Ray, obviously, and obviously we don't. But he just needed that moment to think about it. Really needs to figure out this neutral here. He's having trouble with the Gravimetric Pulse. Whether it's a neutral, whether it's a mix-up, this pulse has really been an obstacle in his way.
He's doing a good job of the javelin so far. It's more just being able to use his assist to stop that pulse from being able to be a problem. Ray not able to impose his will in the slightest. Again, same there. He establishes drones and can't get anything off of it.
Almost try to convert that javelin there, but drones gets in his way. Oh, missed input possibly? Either way, he gets mixed up, and happy birthday for RayRay.
Ends it early to make sure, so smart. Since he ends it early, the assist character goes where the point character was. Sets him up perfectly. And now Ray in a winning position for sure. All right. Was able to get around here, looking for the try jump back. Here comes drones afterwards.
Oh, this is looking so steep for Coach right now. And he gets the arm, so we're going to X-Factor that. Doom should lose his life for this.
We're going to have to see what we get afterwards, though. How can we kill all these characters in time? 2 meters left. And the late push block just absolutely destroys the command grab attempt from Coach Steve there. Ray having all the answers again in this game. But this time, it's finally able to pay off, and he's able to put one on the board. 2-1 now. Still in Coach Steve's favor, but Ray looking way more in control.
It's just one step. It's one part of the plan. Ray can do it.
Yeah, it took a long time for him to overcome in the neutral there, but he's working his way again. Once again, still running the same problem. That pulse really in his way there.
He actually in a couple situations has thrown Magneto into it to stop it, which is actually worked out. The beam connected fully. Same thing there. He throws Magneto into it, blocking, gets the beam.
Like you said, you got to throw your resources into it. Sometimes your characters are the resources.
Life bar is technically just a resource.
That's how you make a Philosopher's Stone.
Oh my god. And that is how you lose a Nova. There you go, good dash back. That was really risky call of the drones there. Potentially the arm could come through, but Ray playing with zero fear.
And Ray knows all too well about the strength of Coach Steve Spencer. Getting rid of that wood X Factor, definitely the right choice. Did he drop there? That might not be enough.
He snaps. Oh, I was going to say, he still had snap afterwards, so it certainly was going to end up being a kill. Photon Array actually hits. And the most important thing is Doom is locked in. So we kill Doom here with no meter. Magneto has to come in. He's going to fire a couple missiles just to hold him in place.
Oh, the cross up, and he gets the grab.
All right, so it all comes down to, does Ray hard drive or does he not? That's going to tell us so much here. He's going to hold it.
Gotta favor Ray in the neutral here. Definitely, I feel like Sentinel beats Doom 1v1. He has a lot longer range of a button.
Couldn't agree more. A lot of the grounded super options from Doom as well just lose to Tiger and E hard drive. It's just up to the pilot of the Sentinel, right?
And this is the best pilot of them all.
All right, still applying as much pressure as he can. Trying to sneak in the beams wherever he can, but Coach doing a good job of being evasive and unpredictable with his projectile game. Really mixing it up super well.
He's doing a good job. Ray can't get a read on it right now.
Yep, another beam. Ray down to about a third of a life bar here. Coach dashes forward, threatens a throw. Nothing afterwards. The jump medium. We know Ray loves to look for it. The best option against Doom. A big tech.
And Ray's finally put him in the corner, though.
Yeah, walked him down all the way. We've got to apply that pressure. There's only 15 seconds left on the clock. Ray is starting to run out of time.
No, he had to go for the hard drive there, and that's going to cost him the whole match. No!
Oh.
Coach Steve unable to punish RayRay with another chance at life. Less than 10 seconds in the match, though. He's got to make something happen quick.
Yeah, Coach trying to make this happen. Jumping medium into S. RayRay takes it to game 5.
Coach Steve, one of the most disciplined players, definitely avoided getting hit by that super jump medium for so long, but tempted to push a button there at the very last second, unfortunately, and RayRay was able to tie it up.
We have had an exceptional amount of 2-0 leads turn to game 5s tonight. Whether the person on the comeback has won or not, everyone is just like falling down 2 and making the adjustments and keeping it close here. Another game 5. You couldn't ask for anything better here. Oh man, so here we go. Staying home, getting the shield set up early, able to mitigate all of drones.
Coach can get that first hit on Magneto or that aggressive style he was playing the first 2 games, blueprint looks strong for him.
Yeah, it's very tough. Ray's adjustments have made it incredibly difficult to be aggressive there. Like, you can see the counter call with the beam. Another great pulse to keep himself safe.
Oh, the Doom Beam! That was godlike.
Yeah, he ran right into RayRay's assist there. Didn't think an assist would be there, of course. I didn't even see it until it hit him.
And Sphere Flame, there's one. 2 characters left in Ray's way. Coach not going to make it easy. A great block there. Coach using that beam. An amazing punish, though, from Ray. He jumps into the grapple, blocks it, uses X Factor to guarantee the kill. He could have gone for a TAC, but it's not worth the risk. Just spend the X.
And this is looking very similar to the last game here.
Coach is able to block it all. Has X Factor 3. It's going to come all down. Just to the good doctor. Gotta be careful with your projectiles. He does have Gravity Squeeze on deck if he opts into it. He's able to fly away. He's trying to bait the assist out, potentially.
Yeah, with this character disadvantage, though, Coach Steve's going to have to be careful about having the block assist. Because as soon as he does, he's going to get mixed.
Yep, spends his X Factor. Now he's trying to turn up the pace, but Ray more than capable of doing the same. And those missiles hitting, not really doing much here. Those supers kill so much of his X Factor time. Coach really has to make something incredible happen here.
We tried to punch the Sentinel right there.
That would be an amazing start if you can get a lot of that red health gone.
There it is. Spear Flame? No, get it.
Another great instance of pressure there on the Doom. Again, the EM Disruptor, Ray, just doing too good of a job with his assist calls. There's still the drones there, but he's able to get out of it. Uses the butter gun, but a little bit too early. Oh, another tight opportunity. Punish? God. And on the late dash forward, RayRay is going to not even have to spend the meter. Game 5 goes the favor of RayRay, and he's going to move on to losers finals, 3-2.
Yeah, coming back from a 2-0 deficit there, that was an amazing clutch performance by RayRay.
Dude.
Ray's going to move on to losers finals to play against Joker, a match we've seen a lot of times and exciting and down to the wire every time. It's definitely flipped a lot, but congratulations to Coach Steve for going out at 4th place. An amazing performance by him once again. Never fails to disappoint there. Oh my goodness, I'm pretty excited. Let's take a look at this top 8 bracket though and see how we got here. So as you can see here, we've got Joker versus RayRay. And the winner of that is going to move on to play Escalante in Grand Finals. It's been a very close set, though, for almost every match in losers so far. I mean, only one match hasn't gone to Game 5 in losers side. This is crazy right now. So obviously it could go either way once again. Can't wait to see.
So Ray versus Joker, it's going to be the Magneto drones mirror. The difference maker in this, as we always point out, Ray having that beam makes such a huge difference. Joker having the opportunity for the 0 for better DHCs in and better to make tempo plays for himself to be able to get Shogenmu started. But you can't overstate the beam. It's the best assist in the game for a reason, right?
Yeah, I mean, Iron Man beam is definitely up there with one of the best assists without a doubt. But you know, unlike the last match, he's going to be going up against Magneto mostly on the point instead of Morrigan. So that 0 assist may pay off there. That little DP assist, he can definitely convert off of that with Magneto. So we'll wait and see. I want to give a shout out to Roman Valerio again, another $15 donation. Jockoman with $6 donation there as well, buying the mouse pad. Thank you so much. Appreciate all you guys that have been supporting the Matcherino. Thank you guys so much for hooking it up. We are at $300 now already.
Yeah, that's really big stuff here. All that's going to go to the players. And now, losers finals. 3 out of 5 here. Frosty Faustings. Joker versus RayRay. Joker on the left in the purple. Able to establish himself early pressure. Ray wakes up with the heavy. Is able to break out. So neutral continues. Off a ballsy wake-up choice from Ray. I like that. Establish early. You're not afraid to do it.
I feel like he knew, especially when Joker tried to come in and like put a button down.
All right, Mag Blast still raining down.
Gonna clear the screen right here for Joker. Gets Sogenmu on deck.
And that's what I was talking about, those tempo plays. He's able to get 0 in on the Sogenmu. How much pressure can he apply, though? Spirit Flame mitigates a lot of it. But Joker's still able to come down. And the pressure is just too much. Ray able to get his flight on the big punish. He has to X Factor.
And gets a follow-up foot dive that time.
No, unfortunately he missed space, but Buttergun from a distance, the fadeaway. And now, X Factor still available for Joker, but in a big life total hole here.
Oh, if he would have got that.
He certainly had a plan there with the Mag Blast. He's going to try and use Gravitation to pull him down. It's not going to work out. The Tempest gets a safe DHC in, and now X Factor burned out. RayRay cementing himself in the lead. Still trying to use that flight to good effect.
Got them both.
Yeah, not going to be able to finish, though. He's only going to get Magneto. See what the robot can do. He's able to get a really nice block there and hits Magneto. So this is a start.
Oh, he had it, but he didn't believe.
Oh, that command throw from Sentinel whiffed there.
Yeah, a lot of big opportunities. The crouch medium not able to work. The command grab just a hair away, and now the squeeze comes down. That's going to be 1-0 in favor of RayRay. Joker was very in it in a lot of those situations. Once he got that DHC into Sogenmu, he had the pace set. It's just Ray was able to escape, and as soon as neutral reestablished, Ray just held it down.
Just felt like Joker was chasing the rest of the match.
Very true. Now this is 1-0 here. Ray trying to get this match with Escalante here. Escalante has one drone coming.
Just one.
Yeah, Joker able to evade though. Another nice Mag Blast. A lot of incidental damage, but no meaningful hits yet.
Oh, what a throw by Ray on the delay.
Ray with the perfect timing there. Gets his clean hit, dashes up, and the throw just gets right out of the way of the DP. Should be an easy finish here with the drones.
And that's a mistake a lot of players make, unfortunately, when they're playing, when they're scrambling and they call an assist. They kind of sit and wait there for the assist to pass by them. And luckily, RayRay was able to take advantage there and get off big.
Okay, Joker spends his X Factor, though. He's going to try and stabilize. Spend as little resources as you can here. Spends no meter for the kill.
Great mix up there, but even better block from RayRay. Ray said, I've seen it all, baby.
How does he do it? He uses his X Factor now, and he gets both. RayRay is going to make it 2-0 potentially. No, he's not able to finish, so 0 lives to fight another day, 5 meters. If he gets a hit in the corner, he can actually loop all the way out and kill Sentinel. This is the start. It's going to be tough by himself, tougher by himself, but this is more than capable. Loop for your life here.
Oh, he doesn't even want to do it. Just, I'm going to off level 3 right now.
Can't blame him for that one, right? He's going to spend this last meter here on Sogenmu. Get the mix-up. Finally gets a hit. Doesn't convert, though.
Oh, hits him again. Ray is able to reestablish. Spends a meter. Yeah, and 0 just doesn't have a way to stall in midair. No flight. All of his movement moves him in directions. Maybe could have dashed up, but it would have been tight.
Yeah, I definitely think he tried to double block there. When you're holding block and you're not sure and you hold back again during the flash, it will sometimes register as a backdash. So.
Very true. So RayRay actually establishing a very early life lead here, hitting the 0 and getting Magneto already down to half just on projectiles. DP assist really not a factor in a lot of these situations. And Ray,
that just goes to show you the awareness by Ray, just staying out of DP range.
oh, not this time though, but it's okay. Joker with a drop. Joker really needs to make these hits count. His assist is going to get clapped here, but that's okay. Not very much for Sentinel. And he's starting to adjust a little bit. He's starting to go horizontal, like attack horizontally at the super jump height, which I think is a great choice. So if you can't beat him, join him when it comes to that zoning game.
Ooh, gonna get punished right here? Yeah, he does. Joker X Factors.
Double shockwave into Sogenmu.
Almost picks them both up there. Ray's bleeding out though.
But somehow in the scramble, Ray has the state of mind to make sure the most healthy character ends up on point. So now with the X Factor popped, all that life coming back.
It's like it never happened.
Imagine all that hard work you did just getting taken away.
The good thing is he did manage to get Ray's X Factor from him, so this is going to be a fairly even match here.
Ray's still applying a lot of pressure though, and the out-of-game pressure of just knowing that Joker potentially on his final game here. It's a real test of composure.
Oh, unfortunately, he had to block the beam and the Mag Blast got open up there. And that's the thing. I mean, we saw RayRay beat Flocker earlier in top 8. Obviously one of the best zeros out there. Joker's still newer to zero than most, so that was bound to happen.
All right, Joker 2 meters. Looking for something here. That's the big hesitation. That was a very, could have got a punish. It's very tough in the situation to see it, but you cannot be hesitating. He's gonna use Shockwave. It is gonna hit. And gets the beam, so now he can apply a little bit more pressure, but the beam call from Ray, just fearless. The last thing you would have thought there. He's doing crouching light. Ooh, Ray gave him 2 opportunities for a hard tag on those super jumps, and he bet it all on the command grab and is a hair shy. Joker.
Basically all out of options here. This is going to be the last game for Ray.
Yep, that's going to be 3-0 with the timeout. RayRay makes it happen, and it's going to go to grand finals now to face off against Escalante. Wow.
That was an amazing performance by Ray once again. Shout outs to Joker, though, for getting so far in bracket. Dude. 3rd place tonight, putting Canada on his back, you know. But RayRay just looking too strong here in loser's bracket, and he's climbed his way all the way back to the top here.
Joker looking absolutely insane for the most part. Big, again, huge shout outs to Joker. Thank you so much for participating. But now we set our sights forward. The final 2, Escalante versus RayRay.
Oh man, this is going to be exciting here. Now, just so you guys know, we do have our last prediction of the night. Your prediction is for the entire set. It is not for, the entire match. It is not for just one set, just so you guys know. All right.
To keep it on the up and up.
Yeah. Big thanks to everybody that's been supporting the channel today. I see all of you guys showing mad love for the channel, like Coach Steve just now. But like I said, I want y'all to show mad love for the match of Reno as well. We're already at $300. Like I said, definitely make it worth playing for here. Show these guys some love. Show these players they deserve it. The players are the community. The players and the viewers. Like I said, us, we're nothing. We're nothing without you guys, because who am I gonna do this to? Who's gonna play? Who's gonna watch and who's gonna play? You know, so it's all about you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the love you have shown us. All the love you've shown Marvel, and of course Frosty Faustings coming through, putting Marvel in the limelight once again. So thank you guys. So we are excited. I am ready to see this match. How about you?
I was an inch from doing the Cell intro right there, bro. I'm just saying, dude, inches away. It's finally time to get into grand finals here at Frosty Faustings 13, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Finally gonna get it rolling here.
All right, and of course, like we know, Escalante coming from the winner's side. RayRay, obviously, you saw just winning losers finals there. So RayRay's going to have to win twice to make this happen.
You play Morrigan before you say anything.
He's starting Morrigan for sure, because every time I say he's starting Magneto, because I was thinking he was going to start Magneto again. So he's definitely starting Morrigan. Ray, 2 sets in a row against a player the caliber of Escalante is a huge ask.
Yeah, and Ray hates playing against Escalante. Escalante has definitely had a positive record over the past few months against Ray. So we're going to see if that holds true here.
All right. Drones actually made it across the screen.
Yeah, the early Astral isn't paying off for Escalante. He's already getting comboed here. Ray able to take advantage.
Yeah, and he makes sure to keep it mid-screen. He's going to X-Factor, and I think that's certainly the right choice. If you're not confident in your ability to kill without it, Morrigan is certainly the problem, but she's going to live. This is a disaster for Ray.
Pixel health Morrigan couldn't die on X-Factor.
That's because they gave her that little extra bit of health. All right, Ray's going to have to play near perfect neutral if he wants to take control of this game again, and he's off to a pretty good start here.
Yep. Sets himself up. The drone's coming. He's just going to opt for a little bit more zoning. And Escalante is actually forced to pop his X-Factor just to save, just to stem the bleeding.
Yo.
The double back turned H, but he's not able to finish. Okay. Still gets what he wants, though. Astral Vision is established.
Forces the unfly there, can go in for the mix-up, chooses to back off a little bit. He knows he's in decent position here, but hard tags into Sentinel. That's definitely got to be a mistake.
Yeah, Ray is certainly one to try and keep his team health as balanced as possible. Not something you would normally see from him. Now it's all about just getting Sentinel out here. If this hits, he gets a tag. No, he's just going to leave it in. He's going to kill Morrigan.
Did I say mistake? I meant the big brain move.
All right, Mag Blast comes through. Escalante down to just Mag Doom and just missiles against Beam. It's going to be very rough. It's going to be hard to establish your own missiles at like pretty much any point.
It's like you don't, almost. You don't really even get the call.
All right, the Mag Blast again interrupting. Escalante keeping his head in the fight though. He's a couple touches away. Oh, but with the tri-jump, this might be just about closed out. We're going to have to see Doom by himself with 30 seconds left.
It's pretty rough, man, sitting behind drones, a beam, like
Yeah, I'm not sure, especially with Magneto having the availability of Shockwave just to clear the screen if he's ever feeling threatened. And no X-Factor to be able to confirm hits like that.
Oh, that almost worked. He hit Sentinel right there.
Yeah, the launcher was a good idea. Doesn't happen, though.
We're going to clear the screen right here by Ray. Got Sentinel Force behind it. Damage is happening. This looks all but over.
Yeah, now setting himself up for success. Chip is a factor. 10 seconds left. Escalante says, oh.
Okay, if you're going to give it to me.
Yeah, even with this hit, I don't think he has enough time. Snap would be the best choice, but... All right, kills one. We need a hit and a snap, but no, see, not enough time.
He knew, there's no way. He literally gave him that, was like, okay, maybe, but then I was like, no.
And that was a great choice from Ray. Just save some mental energy, no reason to try and run there.
Oh yeah, fighting Morrigan definitely takes some decision fatigue.
Yeah, so there's one. RayRay is able to go up on the first game. All right, Astral Vision early. Oh, he gets under him in the standing low.
Great button by Escalante right there.
Ray able to get out. Shockwave's a great way to start. The 2-frame unfly. He's going to be fine. And still just trying to establish as much pressure as he can with the fireballs. Another Astral Vision. And Ray kind of weaving his way out of that. Escalante goes early to try and commit high to stop him from jumping. Ray just cat and mouse on the other side of the screen.
Escalante going to take those hits anytime he can get them. Right now, he's just chipping away at Ray's Doom.
All right. Doom applying a little bit of pressure here, but it's really hard for, I was going to say, it's really hard for Doom to do anything to scare Morrigan in those situations with no meter, and you know he's unwilling to burn X-Factor in that situation. Escalante, not much to be scared of. Shell Kick comes out.
He did such a solid transition from defense to offense right there.
It's absurd.
Huge.
And Magneto dies as well. It's all down to Sentinel. And no, Sentinel's not even going to get a chance, it looks like. Unflies.
Forces the X Factor from Escalante too. He knows he has the edge here in neutral by a lot.
And this would be an absolute miracle here. Escalante does not want to reset.
Oh, almost a conversion there. Oh, he goes for it.
Got them both.
Missiles hit, and he's going to get the move.
Oh, but that goes behind. It still picks up. No, unfortunately not, but no punish from Escalante. And RayRay might be able to do this.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the scrambles, it makes it tougher, but Astral Vision established.
Oh my god, what a
How?
throw.
How?
I don't know how he does it. 2 more touches, though. Oh, more than 2. Only has 1 meter, actually. This is
Metafy.
a lot to do.
Metafy, can I get RayRay to teach me how to play Sentinel like this?
Please, please. Gets as much as he can here. We get Rocket Punch into a reset. Crouching medium flies.
Oh,
Crouching medium again. There's no way he does it, right? There's no way.
He did it.
RayRay is able to do it. It's 2-0. How did he do it?
He had no health left against the entire team of Morrigan Magneto. He was able to dash under a fireball, plink dash all the way through, cancel his dash with down, get a forward throw, and start this steamroll of a comeback. Oh my goodness, I cannot get over that. That might
Sentinel's
be
the
the
best character in the game. He's
Yeah.
the best character in the game.
That might be the most exciting thing I have seen in like 2 years of Marvel vs. Capcom.
And now, with this situation, Ray is just, the snowball is rolling, and he's just pushing it downhill. He's just watching it roll now. No more hands-on. 2-0, trying to make it 3 here. Escalante's going to have to DHC out.
Ooh,
And he's
did he
able to
punish?
block the
Yeah.
shockwave. So tight on the defense. Escalante really needs this game. He needs the momentum back in his favor so bad. If this goes 3-0, you got to wonder how the next set's going to go.
At least get a game on this one. At least slow Ray down a little bit.
Okay, big hits there. Escalante is able to keep himself safe, and he gets the fly. So here comes the punish. Excellent X Factor from Ray.
He had to. He was going to lose Doom if he didn't.
All right, Astral Vision. Escalante giving himself some room to breathe here. Still has X Factor as well, so certainly has an advantage in this match here, but we've already seen what happens when he has an advantage. Got to be careful. He's looking pretty unfazed, though. The momentum was very heavily in Ray's favor, and now Escalante looking good.
Good fireballs. Astral Vision on deck. The X Factor right there.
That's a really good choice. If he can force, oh, he forced the hard tag there, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't get punished for it. Ray punishes him.
With the robot. Does Sentinel beat Morrigan? Did I miss a... what happened? Y'all patch this game? Okay, dancing around there, and he backs out, no commitment. I love that. All right. Still, just Mag Blast. The tempo of the game is speeding up. Oh, and Escalante is able to take a shot off of it.
He dropped it. Oh, no.
Okay. Still looking good, though. The Mag Blast coming through. He converts it. Just Doom. Escalante is looking down the barrel of a 3-0 reset right now. He has to make this work, and a throw is a great way to start.
Had to slow down the momentum. A throw is huge for that momentum stop.
Yep, 23 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of resources here for Escalante. He kills with 1. Still has 3 of his own. Hard drive gets blocked, but Ray just gets out of trouble, and that's all he really needs here. So now Sentinel with a beam just dominates Doom as long as he doesn't make any mistakes.
He's going to have to overextend himself right here just if he wants something to happen.
Okay, Sphere Flame is good. It's good coverage with the drones as well. Gets him low. Escalante not giving up on the defense, though. Drones hit RayRay. 3-0. The reset has happened, and we're going to get at minimum 3 more.
Yeah, it might only be 3 more, judging by the way RayRay has been dominant. Shout outs to everybody that came in from Furby's stream. Thank you very much, Furby, for the raid. Hope you guys are enjoying the last match of the night, Grand Finals. RayRay just reset the bracket.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
Right. Can I breathe? Oh my goodness, this robot is crazy right now. Does Sentinel get buffed? I don't know about it.
I missed it, I guess. I don't know what happened. Dude. Only his Sentinel got the firmware update.
Yeah.
All right. On the reset, both players in loser's bracket. Could we ask for anything better for the grand finals of Frosty here? Let's get it. Big time cross up there from Ray. Punishable launcher, but Escalante.
Yeah, Escalante definitely has to slow the tempo down right now because Ray is going in on him.
Yeah, that breakneck, hectic pace that we're playing at the end of that last set was definitely not in Escalante's favor. When it comes to having drones in those scramble situations, you have to favor the drones. You have to slow it down. It cannot come down to that.
Ray will win that 99%.
Escalante still doing well, though. Half his Morrigan's life is left. Doom taking a beating, but he's still okay. The shockwave's not going to hit, so he's able to get himself set up. Very nice. The patience to wait to see if Ray was going to DHC. But the timing on the push blocks, a lot of the time Morrigan's fireballs are just a means to an end to rush down. Ray's push block timings are making it impossible.
He's been very good with his button placement and push block placement, like you said. Could have almost had it. Magneto's pixel.
He's going to get the DHC out, though. There you go. Almost gets there. And with Doom in, it looks like it's going to be a much better shot. All right, another great block. Escalante really just trying to get as much Doom health back as he can. We have to be as low risk as possible.
So close right here. I mean, Escalante's literally still chucking fireballs.
Yep. Still looking clean. Morgan has a lot of red health to gain, though. At what point do you give it up and send Morgan out? He has to X-Factor. So now I think we're ride or die with Morgan here.
Yeah, he was about to lose right there if he didn't do it. What a confirm if he gets this. Oh, Astral Vision on deck.
Missiles drops it, but that's okay. All right. Doom's able to get back to the ground. Here comes the chip.
When it's done.
Yeah, hard tag would have been a huge mistake, so that was great from Ray. You might as well just lose the Doom there. It sucks, but it's definitely the better choice.
He had to mitigate the damages right there.
And what a read on the Disruptor! I cannot believe how quickly Ray's getting downloads on these situations from Escalante, but the blocks, he's still in this.
Missiles, he knew it was coming. Goes to super. That's huge for Ray right there.
Shockwave works out perfectly. Doom coming in by himself. 2.5 meters. The tri-jump doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much life you have. It doesn't matter how well you're playing on defense in those situations. You cannot block forever. Everyone is human. 1-0.
Yeah.
RayRay trying to close this out.
And unfortunately, you already know what it is. If you block drones, you might as well put the controller down. If RayRay is anywhere close to you, you are getting mixed up.
That's just not fair. Here we go. Game 2 of the reset here. Frosty Faustings. Able to get himself dashed out of the corner. Disruptor's still good to interrupt the fireballs, keep his drone safe.
I mean, that's big. Escalante is getting no meter right now.
Yeah, but it's still looking good. He's got 1.5 meters. Shell kick hits, but same situation. The beam call from Bray is just perfect for the counter call. He calls it like it's lariat, and it just works perfectly.
Escalante is opting for a little bit more rush down. Morgan's trying to get in now.
I think this is a great choice. Obviously, something needs to change up. If he thinks it's his own offensive pace, I support it completely. Gets his Astral Vision now. And not able to get too much more in the situation. Chip is adding up, but Ray, I think Ray's just looking for the 2 meters now for the DHC would be the play. Hard tag potential.
He's one away. There it is.
Yeah, just never got the opportunity. And that was the same situation there. It's better to lose Magneto to kind of stem the bleeding than to have Doom take all that damage. So Morgan, 0 meters, still holding it down. You know the drones are coming here. He's going to exit. The missiles. The missiles interrupt. And Escalante is able to call his own X Factor and keep himself safe. But the missiles die. This is huge. Oh no. Escalante with the X Factor's gone for both players. Ray, unfortunately, has set himself in kind of a tough situation here. The missiles are gone, but the EM Disruptor is more than enough to keep interrupting. And he gets it. All right, Doom has to do this. Escalante trying to make it an even set count here. Ray really trying hard to extend this lead. The foot dive, not going to happen. So he's playing safe and solid.
Fireballs are just doing its job, and Escalante clutches it.
The chip is enough. 1-1, keeping it close. After that first set for Escalante to still have his head this in the game, the mentality of a champion is insane. So much momentum coming in for Ray. Escalante able to keep himself in a winning position here. Wow. Astral Vision setting himself up. The Mag Blast from Ray doing a good job of stopping as many fireballs as he can. And staying airborne to prevent the meter gain. Again, the most important thing is that she does not gain meter.
Oh, clear to screen.
Drone's coming, but the missile counter call was just too clean there from Escalante. He knew it was coming to throw the first meaningful hit in what seems like years from Ray, and he's going to X-Factor immediately.
Ray took full advantage of that with H by Escalante, and he's paying for it right now.
All right, couple touches away. Dashes under. Tries for the H, doesn't work out. Shockwave is going to hit Magneto. He has to use his own. Right, another nice Mag Blast. Escalante has to press the issue here since he has the X Factor. It's his resources that are running out.
Oh, Doom's getting hit.
Almost finishes, but he's not able to get anything else. He can unfly here to keep himself safe. Still unfly. Very nice. Tight on the defense. Missiles. Very nice. Keeps him safe.
What awareness by RayRay right there. Know the missiles are going to hit.
Yep. Looks for another disruptor. That S, that was a great push block again from Ray, and he knows you have to go for the early push block when you're protecting that assist. The late ones are good for delaying defense. Oh, and the tri-jump gets both Escalante. No, the missiles messed it up, though. He still gets Doom, which is a huge win, but...
I tried a rocket punch in the hard drive there, just missed it by a hair.
He's able to hard drive through this. But Escalante's there for the punish. He's going to make it 2-1.
Yeah, RayRay wasn't able to get the DAC there like he had planned to, I don't believe.
1 game away. Escalante trying to make his mark here for to be the grand champion of Frosty. DP Super definitely not what he wanted. A waste of a meter. He X-Factors as well, but it's okay. The team is still in order. So a huge loss of resources there from Escalante, but Morrigan can still get it done. This is a not the most X-Factor reliant team here.
It's not the worst thing that happens to you, but you can still come back from it for sure.
Trying to he is establishing himself well on the ground. Ray does a great job of just stopping the missiles from being a factor. So he's able to block some. But Escalante is about to get that next meter, and you know what that means.
And he does.
All right, what can we get with it, though? How much pressure can we apply? Escalante's rushdown attempts have been stifled completely, and he's leaning back on the zoning game. Ray just too clean on the evasion.
Yeah, Escalante finally able to get some space there to Astral, but he's still going to be locked down here.
And spending that meter to prevent some time, but you know she can always unfly. That time it hits, but he does not overextend. I like that a lot.
Ooh, what's the raw tag in there?
He's going to get hit there. Ray with the perfect opportunity. He only hits Doom, but he juggles them both. He juggles them both.
The level of awareness to get that mix up and still time it so you can catch Doom as well.
And Escalante's going to give it to him. He was holding forward. He said, I'm out. 2-2. It's going to be the final game. Oh my God. Game 5 of the Reset Grand Finals.
I'm convinced that RayRay is playing a different game than the rest of us.
Escalante potentially taking a second here. All right. This is it. The final game. When we hit rematch, there's no turning back. Gonna have to see what we get here. All right. Here it goes. The Morrigan start. Same situation. Ray, the name of the game so far has been Ray has stopped all of the rushdown attempts. Escalante either needs to dominate him in the runaway, or he has to do something on the offense.
I feel like he always did his best when he didn't force the rush down. It just kind of happened.
I agree completely. Setting himself up where the alpha counter.
Like right now how he's doing, the rush down, what happens, it's going to be least expected by RayRay, and that's when he gets his hits.
Yep, very much so. Setting up well with the fireballs. Ray getting the Doom in, though, is a big win. He's able to do pretty well here. Tries to get his own drone set up. Escalante, again, not having any of it, staying perfectly at the right height to get out of the threat territory. They're going to spend some meter, call some drones. The drones don't make it across. He puts himself in a little bit of a danger there, but gets out, I say relatively unscathed, but 3/4 of his Doom is gone.
It's crazy what these fireballs do to your health by just blocking.
Okay, almost a foot dive. Ooh. Ray overcommits and loses Doom. This might be the tournament here.
Ooh, Magneto's too close to Doom. That's scary.
Nope, still okay. Big tag.
Oh, the cross up with the shell kick. Definitely did not expect that. Morrigan out of meter though. No more Astral for a second at least. But the Sentinel's just a robot.
What can he do? He's going to try and hunt some mutants here. You have to pop the X Factor on your own terms, and he's not able to, so this is a huge loss. Escalante actually pops his own X Factor just for momentum and to try and threaten Ray out a little bit.
Yeah, he looked like he got regular jump there, and he X Factor so he can get super jump and get out of town.
Almost has the meter, and he does. This is looking huge for Escalante.
Yep. It's going to be all about avoiding the meter spendage from Ray. And this might just seal the deal. One fireball connection away, but hard drive gets hit.
Missiles are going to save.
It's nice there. Here's a big grab. He gets nothing off of it, though. No, he gains the meter off the rocket punch. He did the math on the fly.
Oh, and the longest
no
distance
way.
super jump medium. Is RayRay going to do this again?
There's no way. Another jump medium. Escalante's got to be sweating here. He doesn't get anything off of that. Crouch medium.
Caught him up backing there. That's the most expensive up back of your life.
Another spend of the meter. He does kill. There's no way.
There's 14 seconds left. Sentinel has no meter.
Yeah, Escalante just got to kill some time. See, Ray even trying to bait that. He knows that that's Escalante's play. He can kill so much clock. Just playing this weird game of chicken with the projectiles here. 6 seconds left now. He gets the hit.
Oh, super jump medium.
Can he finish it? He has meter. He's going to put it. It's going to be out of range. Ray's going to do it.
He just has to back away. This is it for
Oh
Ray.
my God. And with no X Factor, half of his life, RayRay uses the robot, pilots it perfectly. 3-2. RayRay is going to be your Frosty Faustings 13 Marvel vs. Capcom 3 champion. I cannot believe what I have just seen.